Right, I just want to show you a short video illustrating how to set this machine up. When you unwrap it, the machine will be in the cradle, packed away, as shown here. This is an identical machine to the one you're receiving. Can you please take note of how the machine is packed away? When you finish with the machine, you'll be expected to pack it away in the cradle exactly like this. And we'll arrange for a carrier to collect the machine from site once it's been off-hired. Now we're going to lift the machine out of the cradle and start setting the machine up.
Take them sides off.
So the first thing is to take the suction pads off the main bar and just lay those to one side. This is obviously a two-man operation to set this machine up. We removed the locking pin from the centre of the machine there so we can hoist the machine out of the cradle.
Go towards you.
So once the machine is suspended from the crane, just move it to one side so you can work on either side of the machine. So the first item you're going to fit to the machine is what we call the 90-degree turn bar, which is this item here in the cradle. And to fit that, you need to release, do that again please Neil. You need to release the centre bar. Okay, so it's on a slight angle like that.
Come down a little bit, Gabe. Yo. So do you want to show them that and that?
Yeah, so this bar slides on with these two grooves here, locating on these two items here.
Look at front. Go to the front. That's it. Go on, Gabe. Clicks in.
Okay. And when you slide it on, you'll hear this pin will locate into the hole on the bar. Okay, and that's now secure on the machine. Okay.
All right.
So now we're going to continue assembling the machine.
Safety strap first. Let me get that.
Slight pause. Just while we're waiting for Neil to come back, inside the cradle boxes, storage boxes, you'll find the machine instruction manual. The configuration that you're using is in this manual. And it's actually on page 16 of the manual. Also in the manual, you'll find the machine loader certificate at the back of the manual, and that's obviously something you'll need on site. So before you assemble anything else on the machine, you'll need the vertical secondary safety strap, okay, and that loops over the 90-degree turn bar at the back of the machine.
Right.
Now the two extension bars, they're fitted on either side of the machine. Make sure that the locking pins are inserted and the R-clips are there to retain the pins in place. Then the two cross pieces with the white nylon blocks on either end of the extension bars. Again, they need to be locked into position. And then finally, the 4 suction pads need to go onto the nylon cross pieces. When you're mounting the suction pads, make sure that the hose is pointing towards the machine. And once again, make sure that the pads are locked into position with the pins provided. It's obviously much easier if 2 people are working on the machine to keep it balanced. Then the final thing is to connect all the suction hoses from the suction pads right through to the machine. These are quick release couplings. If you need to remove the couplings at all you do is push the coupling up and pull the collar down and release it. And when you put the coupling on, you should hear a positive click when it locates. So now the machine's assembled, you've got 2 suction pads at each end of the machine. The hoses are connected through from the suction pads into the 90-degree turn unit and from there up to the machine, and that's the same on either side. All the locking pins are in position, they're all secured with R-clips, and the machine is now assembled and ready to use. Just a quick talk about the machine itself. The machine is battery operated. Inside the unit you'll see a battery, you'll see the vacuum pumps and various control mechanisms. The battery will be fully charged when the machine arrives on site. Once you've used it, you need to recharge it overnight. The cable connects to a normal 110 volt supply. Behind the cable there's a small LED. When that's connected to live power, that will illuminate and it will go through yellow to orange and finally to green when the battery is fully charged. Don't forget to recharge this every night after you've used it. On the side of the machine you've got the main power on-off switch. On the other side of the machine, just walk around, you've got the vacuum control lever. When you come to use the machine, this is how you control the vacuum. So to apply vacuum, you pull into the green zone, which we'll demonstrate shortly, and to release suction, you pull the pin and back into the red zone. On the side here, you've got the machine voltmeter, which indicates the level of the battery. When that's switched on, I'll show you later, that will go up to around about 12.5 to 13 volts. This is a 12 volt machine, so that battery meter will never go up the full width of the scale, the full range of the scale. It will always hang around 12 to 12.5 volts. On the other side of the machine, the final thing to mention at the moment is this water trap. You can lift wet panels with this machine. Obviously common sense is required to make sure that the excessive water is removed from the panel where the suction pads locate. But if you're lifting wet panels, you'll see water start to accumulate in here. At the end of a shift, at the end of the day, when the machine's switched off, you can release the water by unscrewing this plastic screw at the bottom. The water will drain out and you reinsert and tighten the screw. But please take care, this is a plastic thread inside a metal housing, so make sure you don't cross thread it or over tighten it. So now I'm going to stop this video and we're going to get the machine set up on a panel and do a demonstration lift.